Many of you that take an interest in Asia would have heard of the CM2H residency program, but what about the CM2H? Well, in this video, we're going to tell you a bit more about the Cambodia My Second Home visa. G'day everyone, my name's Aaron, I'm from Offshore in Asia. We help people who want to move, invest and do business in Asia get out there and get things happening. So if you want to learn more about that, if you have an interest in Asia yourself, head over to offshoreinasia.com and see what we've got going on over there. Now onto the video, the Cambodia My Second Home visa. Now this first started getting talked about a year ago. There wasn't a lot of information about it at first. We're starting to learn a little bit more as time goes on. In this video, we're going to cover the details of the CM2H, the eligibility criteria, what it enables you to do, and how this visa is a bit of a standout when it comes to residency programs in Asia. The visa is a multi-entry 10-year renewable visa. It lets you bring your family along with you to Cambodia. It enables you to work in the country, so full worker rights, which is very nice if you want to set up a life there. The big kicker, however, is that this visa offers a pathway towards Cambodian citizenship and a Cambodian passport. Now that is extremely rare in Asia. Even to get permanent residency is very rare. We've spoken about how the CM2H over in Malaysia is offering a pathway towards permanent residency. That is also very rare. To offer citizenship as part of a golden visa program, that is the next level up in residency golden visa programs in Asia. So we're very excited about this one. The main eligibility point of this visa is that you have to invest 100,000 US dollars in Cambodian property, but it's not just any property, it has to be government approved property. So there are specific condominium projects around the city in Phnom Penh and elsewhere that the government have said if you spend at least 100,000 in this project, you will be eligible to get residency rights in Cambodia under the CM2H visa program. We have more information over on our website about the specific projects that are available for purchase under this program. So if you want to learn more about what kind of condos that you might be investing in for this program, I'll put a link up above for that. Other criteria includes you have to be at least 18 years of age, you cannot have a criminal record in Cambodia. If you are bringing your family, you have to provide a marriage certificate for your spouse as well as birth certificates for children that will be coming with you. You'll need to provide a medical report to show that you are in decent health, and they will also want to see proof of assets that you hold overseas. While there is no income requirement or net worth requirement of this visa, they do want to see where you have money, what property you might have overseas, what companies you may be directors of, and that sort of thing. A little bit on the tax situation in Cambodia. So Cambodia does have more or less a residency-based tax system there, so it's not I guess you wouldn't call it a tier 1 country as far as tax planning goes in Asia, but the good thing about it is that they only have a marginal top tax rate of 20%, so it's really not too bad at all. However, if you are a non-resident, so if you're not regarded as a tax resident in the country, you can still have your passport, but if you're not a tax resident, then they won't tax you on foreign income. So there certainly are some opportunities there for your tax planning. So who do we think this visa will be well suited to? Well, Asia is getting very busy with different residency programs, residency by investment golden visa programs, digital nomad visas and the like, retirement visas. It's a fantastic thing. It means these countries are competing on the global market to bring more people, more dollars into their country. It's a very exciting part of the world right now. There's a lot going on in the residency space. The one thing, as I mentioned before, that makes this one very different and a bit of a standout from the crowd is the pathway towards Cambodian citizenship and a Cambodian passport. That is a ASEAN passport, which could be very handy for opening up different doors as far as immigration and access to other countries in the region goes. But the other thing I really like about this visa, which is probably the most interesting but also potentially could be very profitable to you, is that under the current rules, you are allowed to buy condos in Cambodia as a foreigner. You're not allowed to buy landed property. However, if you were granted Cambodian citizenship, you're a citizen of the Kingdom of Cambodia, that in effect would allow you to buy landed property in Cambodia that no other foreigners are able to do. That is a huge advantage. If you were to work this to your advantage, you could go in, invest in the country. You could be doing a lot of things that are off limits to most foreigners. And this can make you a lot of money if you are investing in the right places. So that is a very interesting aspect to this visa that we'll be keeping a close eye on here at Offshore in Asia. Cambodia, after all, is a country on the rise. It is still relatively emerging. It is a good way behind Thailand. People often say Phnom Penh is like Bangkok 30 years ago. If you look at old photos of what Bangkok was like 30 years ago and what it's like now, it's chalk and cheese. There's been so much development, so much money pile into the place from all around the world. If this is the kind of future that is in front of Cambodia, the people who get in on this and invest their money in the right ways could do very well out of this over time. Phnom Penh, if you've never visited, is definitely worth a look. It already has undergone a lot of development in the last 10 years, but it does certainly have a long way to go. Even that being there on the ground, you do feel that it is quite a way behind Thailand, behind Bangkok. But you can kind of just feel on the ground there is a lot going on, a lot of construction. You can just feel things are happening there. There is, of course, a lot of Chinese money flowing in. Who knows, that might slow down a little bit with the problems going on in China at the moment with their economy. But all in all, Cambodia really does have the potential to rise up and be a strong country in Southeast Asia. It is still a little bit rough around the edges, but it has a young population. And, you know, when you get into something, if you're too late, if you jump into an investment when it's already sort of, you know, on the path to maturity, that's not where you get the big returns. The big returns come when you get in, when things are a little bit rough around the edges. Of course, the risk is more, but with risk comes return. So you take a calculated risk, and the fact that you get residence, you get an offshore base in Southeast Asia with a passport, an ASEAN passport, this could be a very good option to either live in Cambodia full time, to either just keep it as a plan B in your back pocket, or you could base yourself in somewhere like, you know, Bangkok, elsewhere in Thailand or Malaysia, and then just bounce over to Cambodia to check on your investments when you need to do that. So there are plenty of options here for how you can make this work for you. If you are interested in learning more about this, you can head over to our website, offshoreinasia.com. You can book in a consult call there. We can have a chat about the visa and what your next steps might be to get this happening for you if you are interested. And if you are interested in visiting some of these properties in Cambodia, actually going there and walking around and looking at what you can buy for your $100,000 to gain eligibility into the CM2H program, we can help you to do that. Thanks a lot for watching. Catch you later.